Hey guys, welcome to Technability. I'm Berge, and I have an issue here that I want you guys to help me resolve. It's not really much of an issue. It can be construed as a first world problem, if you want to put it that way, but I have these two high-end Android phones, and I need to get rid of one of them. I need to sell one of them. I can't keep both. Just the way of the world, I just can't keep both. So, without asking too many questions why, I'd like your guys' help on which one I should go ahead and sell. And this is a tough decision for me because I'm the type of person that wants the latest and greatest, and that's exactly what the Galaxy Note 3 brings. It has a 5.7-inch 1080p Super AMOLED display. You have a 2.3 gigahertz quad-core Snapdragon 800 processor with 3 gigs of RAM, 13 megapixel rear camera with 4K recording, a removable backplate plus external micro SD card slot. Over here on the left you have the HTC One, which is a 1.7 gigahertz Snapdragon 600 processor with 2 gigs of RAM. You have a 4 ultra pixel camera. You have no external SD card slot. You also have no removable backplate for removable battery or replaceable battery. But you do have the gorgeous 4.7-inch 1080p display rendering a whopping 468 pixels per inch. You also have the fantastic front, dual front-facing boom sound speakers, which, in my opinion, should have been something that was done a long time ago. But HTC went ahead and put those on the HTC One. It's one of the reasons why it's a very unique device, aside from the fact that it just has an absolutely gorgeous build quality. As does the Note 3. The Note 3 has this like pleather, faux leather right here, which is still solid quality. You could remove the backplate and replace it with a metal backplate or flip cover. The HTC One just has the whole zero gap unibody thing going on, which is absolutely gorgeous. Any way you slice it, the HTC One is a gorgeous device. Now both screens are on 100%. So if it was just based on the latest and greatest in hardware, the Note 3 would be the winner. But it's more than that. I take into consideration build quality, I take into consideration just ease of use, one-handed use. The size of the HTC One is a little bit more convenient, but the Note 3 is it's just so elegant in terms of this display. The Super AMOLED on the Galaxy Note 3 is absolutely fantastic. If you compare it to a Galaxy S4, which has a 5-inch display, you'll very rarely find a difference in terms of pixel density. Even though the S4 does have a higher pixel per inch density, you're going to be hard-pressed to notice pixels on the Note 3, and no less on the One. The One is by far one of the best screens I've ever seen on a phone. And I want to pay homage to the HTC One. You got the One Max coming out now, and it's a tough choice to say, okay, well, I want to get rid of the One to eventually get the One Max and keep the Note 3, but really, 2 phablets, no less 2 Android phablets, a little bit too much. So I want to get rid of one of these devices. I want to sell one of these devices. Obviously, the Note would get me more value than the One at this point, but I have an emotional attachment to the One, really I do. So it's tough for me to just let go of it, which is why I've still held on to it this long. But come on, guys, I don't need 2 phones like this or 2 Android phones like this. Plus, you know, I'm getting some pretty solid offers. But in any case, just to give you guys a rundown of both software, you have Sense 5 with Android 4.3. Now, this isn't 5.5. Okay, this is a custom ROM. It's called Android Revolution HD. You can see it's 4.3 with Sense 5, but it doesn't have any real new features like the ability to turn off blink feed and new camera features that you're going to get with Sense 5.5. And over here you have touchwiz with Android 4.3. So this does have some unique features, right? Because you have the S Pen, which in itself is super unique. All right, so the S Pen's functionality is definitely useful. I mean, I think the S Pen is useful. This is one of my favorite features right here, pen window. The thing is, it's got so many features. It's like a true pocket PC. So if I turn on multi-window here, and I just click right here, I could basically open 3 apps, 4 apps, 5 apps at one time. Take the gallery. I don't know, take, let's say, the play music. Right there, boom. I can do all this at once. I can even watch a video while I'm browsing the web and text messaging and checking my pics. And I could just minimize that. X out of multi-window. I could reopen it, I can X out of it, maximize it. So, cool feature. The S Pen comes in handy in a multitude of different ways. You have air view, you have air gesture, and all those excellent features. Now, the HTC One, it's a little bit more simplistic, but it's less bloated, I guess is what you could say. And I'll give you an example. If you go down to the quick settings here, you go down to the quick settings panel here, you can see the difference. Now with the Note, this is customizable, so you can go into the settings and change these settings. Now with the One, you get what they give you, which are basic system settings, but for the most part, if you have certain custom ROMs, this is also customizable. Alright, you can see the notifications, you swipe them away. Take a screenshot here. And you can share the screenshot, you can minimize the screenshot, so swipe that away, and the same occurs here. You can see the share button. Same here. Either I can just click on the home button and the power button to take a screenshot, or I can use the S Pen. And same situation. You can go over here and you can share it, edit it. Now here with the One, you do have the ability to customize the home button. You can swipe up, as you can see, and I'll get my Google search. And if I go here to Google now, tell me the weather.
It's 13 degrees and clear in
13
Glendale.
degrees Celsius, right? There you go. Who is the President of the United States?
Barack Obama is the President of the United States of America.
Has LTE here. I'm on Wi-Fi here, so there you can see how that works with Google Now. And they both have their calendars, which you could set up through Google Voice, Google Search, Google Now. You can set up calendar reminders and whatnot, or calendar events. You see both text messaging apps here. The Note 3 is a little bit more comprehensive. You have swipe, which you could enable here on the One, whether it's with a third-party keyboard or whatnot. And then you also have the ability to write out what you're going to text. So, hey, you know, her, how, are you? Not very clean, but... And you can also draw out MMS texts. So again, if I go back here, tech, done, send that as an MMS, and the keyboard is just very responsive. And again, you have swipe. Right over here, the HTC One keyboard's also very responsive. No doubt about that, it's a responsive keyboard. If I was to actually be typing on it, which is kind of tough to do here, but they both have voice. Hey, how are you today? What's going on? What do you feel like doing? It's a really nice day. Apparently it's 55 degrees out. I don't think we can go to the beach, but we can end up doing something else. You can see they both type as I continue talking. Other options here on the Note 3 include the ability to hold down on the menu button here, and you get your unified search. You could do past 30 days, past 7. Like if I go to handwriting, for example, action memo, gallery, S Note, things that I've written on or created or used the S Pen towards. You got notes, community. You could search all sorts of different things here. Exit out of there. Right over here with the HTC One, again, you can just swipe up to get Google Search, Google Now. And you can also just set up a widget, which takes us to the widgets. You can see the various widgets here on the HTC One. You can see the widgets here on the Galaxy Note 3. Alright, so you got Action Memo widget, which is convenient. You can set up third-party widgets, of course, news and weather, all sorts of different widgets here. You also have all of Samsung's apps, which you could disable. If you go here, you could just click right down here and you could disable certain apps. But over here you could set it up alphabetically, custom, or most recent. Custom allows you to create folders in the app drawer, which you could also do here with the Note 3. Alright, again, you got Samsung Knox, S Health, all these features, S Voice, Story Album, etc. So S Translator, all that comes with the device. Okay, and go into their calendars. You can see their calendars are both minimal, and they're both going for that minimal look, right? You could set up appointments and whatnot. So calendars are both minimal. You can add an event, remove an event. You can see that right here. Got the tabs on the right-hand side. Go back, go back. Okay, so let's go back here and do the alphabetical. And again, you got Action Memo right here, which is convenient. You could just click right down here, and you can get an action memo, and you can write on it either with your finger or with the S Pen. And you can also change the air view. You could either do it with pen, finger, or auto. So if I do finger, go back to gallery, for example, and I could hover over with my finger. So cool little feature there. You got IR Blaster on both. This is on the actual home button. You can see the IR Blaster on the home button there. Bottom, at the sides, back, of course, of the device. You get the IR Blaster right there. 3.5mm charger, speaker, sides, power button, volume rocker, in the rear of the device. Okay, so it really depends on what you want. Bigger screen, more pocketable, I guess better resolution on the One. Whether or not that's really noticeable, it's It's in the eye of the beholder. You got S Note and all these different S Pen apps here, which are really cool and convenient. I like the fact that you can just like draw things, and you know, it's really comprehensive. It's pressure sensitive with the S Pen. Okay, so that's a cool feature right there. So again, really it depends on what you're looking for per se. Third-party apps on both devices run quite well, no doubt about that, whether it's Temple Run, Doodle Jump, or a graphically intensive game. Benchmarks are of course better on the 800 Snapdragon here in the Note 3, but they're no slouch on the HTC One, no doubt about that. You got the flashlight app, of course, all the other goodies here, Google Apps. Like I said, this one's rooted, so you got all the root apps, exposed framework, and whatnot. Development is good on both. Development on the One is fantastic right now, and it will be on the Note 3 as well. So you got official builds of a lot of famous or popular ROMs with the One, and with the Note 3 you're getting there. Of course, it's still a new device, but there is root right now for the Note, which we will be posting a how-to root for the Galaxy Note 3 this weekend, so look out for that. So now in terms of just like speed tests, just to go through a few speed tests to see which one opens apps faster, closes apps faster. Again, it's a custom ROM, so it may not be necessarily fair. It's not full-blown stock, but it's as close to stock as you're going to get. And you can see how the multitasking works here as opposed to on the Note. So let's say we want to open settings. Okay, about equal. Alright, let's say the cameras. Okay. Let's just open speed test here. Both very responsive, both fast. Alright. And you can see if I was to just pinch in, you can add home screens here, you can add home screens here. Pan through the displays. This one just keeps endlessly going. The HTC One does have that inertia rubber band effect when you get to the end of a display. And you have blink feed, of course, which Sense 5.5 will allow you to disable and whatnot. And again, just in terms of speed, they're both very fast. I could take an icon here, drag it into another icon to create a folder. You also have the ability to, of course, take a widget, move a widget around, and it'll move the icons around. Over here, you can't just move an app into another app to create a folder. You actually have to go up here to create a folder. And you can see how the folders look here. Okay? So, alright, we'll look at the cameras in a moment. Let's go ahead and run a game. Temple Run Oz, for example. Alright, so it's already open here. Multitasking on the One is really good. It's a great experience, and the sound quality is just absolutely fantastic. I absolutely love the sound quality on the HTC One. Gaming on both. To do here. Okay, so if I was to pause here, can't access the notification on Sense, but on touchwiz you could access the notification. Exit out. Let's go ahead and try Blitz here. These are the screen quality differences. Not necessarily even the differences, but just in general. Okay, so you see multi-window here. So let's say I want to take my gallery, place it here, do that, it'll pause the game. And you got the whole hover thing going on here.
30 seconds.
So you can hover over an image, and let's say I click on, you still get your action memo pen window and all that good stuff. Alright, exit out. Let's look at the lock screens here. Actually, before we look at the lock screens, let me give you guys some benchmark scores. On Antutu, I was able to get, I believe, about a 26,000, give or take, on the One. Let's just see, actually, for certain here. Okay, 25,880. And on the Note 3, I was able to get 33,670. On Quadrant, I was able to get about 22,000 to 23,000 on the Note. able to get about 13.5 max on the HTC One. Let's go ahead and look at their lock screens here. Alright, you can see the lock screens, both respective lock screens. You have the shortcuts right down here with the one. Okay, you can access the notification center, you can access the quick settings panel. Obviously you can unlock a certain app, and you can customize this in the actual settings of the device. So let's go ahead and actually go to a website while we check out this lock screen right here on the Note. Alright, now you can utilize the S Pen on the lock screen here on the Note. You can see the widgets, you got the app shortcuts, you can also access the notification and controls panel. Alright, you can access Action Memo, which is through the settings, and you can just simply unlock the device. Alright, both browsers are similar. I mean, they're both WebKit browsers, Android WebKit browsers, and the text on the one is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, it's very crisp, very clean. There's not many pixels. Actually, there's no pixels. I'm not going to notice any pixels here. Swiping down, you're not going to get any checkerboards. Pinch zoom is as smooth as could be. You can see the tabs here. So if I was to click and open a tab, now let's say I open an article here. Alright, again, same here. You can see very smooth. Pinch zoom, super smooth. You see the tabs here. You got incognito tab as well on both devices, and you can swipe that away, or you can add a new tab. And let's go ahead and click on the article here. Now, I like the reader mode. It's one of my favorite features here on the HTC One. So you can just click right there and get reader mode, which is a great feature. And you can see all the links that are in there. So click there and takes you to the actual link that you had in the article. And let's let this one load. And again, you can see the pinch zoom and the image quality. Absolutely fantastic, no doubt about that. Okay, so there's the HTC One Max next to the Galaxy Note 3. And here you have reader mode as well. So you can do reader mode by clicking right there. You can see you can enlarge the text, you can make the text smaller, you can share it. So a multitude of options, which are useful in my opinion. I like both reader modes. They're both really good. And again, just to show you the pinch zoom, you can see the screen quality difference on 100%. It's a bit brighter on the Note 3, but it's a bit more realistic on the LCD display, the Super LCD with the IPS panel here on the HTC One. Alright, let's just take a quick glance here at the cameras on both. I've gone into depth about these cameras in other videos and other reviews, but you can see right here, if I was to hold down on this, I get burst shot. On the Galaxy Note 3, you can actually just go to settings here, turn burst shot on. For some reason it constantly turns it off. There's like no default for it, but you can see burst shot. And you can see burst shot here, it selects best shot. Alright, you can see the video. I could take a picture while I'm doing a video. I could zoom in and zoom out. Same here, take a picture, I can pause, I can zoom in, I can zoom in and zoom out. Okay. It's kind of tough to do here, guys, but video quality, picture quality, and of course you have the front-facing cameras, which is just click right there. Here, you have to actually just go here and click on front. You see the front-facing cameras. Smile. Smile. Okay. Both have very bright flashes. The HTC One gets some really good low-light photography, plus it has a feature called Zoe. Sometimes you may miss a second or two of footage that you may have wanted to get, but with Zoe it actually alleviates that issue. So again, the cameras on both devices are solid. Now I would say that the quality is a little bit better on the Note 3, but in terms of just realistic color saturation and image quality, it's absolutely fantastic as well on the HTC One. At 100% crop, you're going to get a little distortion. That's because of the 4 ultra pixel. But again, it does have better low light image, or it does have better low light performance. Now, if we were to go to the video here, I can take a picture while I'm doing a video. I can zoom in and zoom out. Picture while I'm actually watching the video. Take a picture. I can pause. I can zoom in. I can zoom in and zoom out. Kind of tough to do here, guys, but video quality. And you got all the other features here on both cameras. I mean, you have the filters right here, which you could see. There's a multitude of filters on the HTC One. There's also a multitude of filters and features here on the Galaxy Note 3. You also have a multitude of edit options. So if I was to go to a photo, for example, I was go to a photo. I know that's a bad photo here, but let's just go ahead and do this for all intents and purposes. If I go right here to menu, I can click on edit. I can start editing the photo right here. There's this edit option. So you have various different editing options, frame, retouch, effects, etc. So it's, you know, right off the bat built into the system editing options. And of course you also have sharing options, which you could share through third-party apps that sync in here and etc. Right, so you have various different sharing options. You can highlight and whatnot. So, and the galleries are both comprehensive. You can create your own folders and you can do all that good stuff. You can see the gallery here. You see the gallery here. So again, inertia effect. So let's exit out. Let's watch some video and see what video quality is like on both. I have to say I really like the video quality on the One. I also really like the video quality on the Note 3. Both are just very clean and comprehensive. Of course, when you're dealing with screens of this magnitude, it's going to be clean and comprehensive regardless of how you slice it. So this is the Note 3. Make sure it's on high quality.
Hey there, welcome to Technability. We have a iPhone 5S case. It's a leather case that was just released for the iPhone 5S. I believe the iPhone 5. It should fit the iPhone 5, but it says because it's Apple made. Hey there, welcome to Technability. We have a iPhone 5S case. It's a leather case that was just released for the iPhone 5S. I believe the iPhone 5. It should fit the iPhone 5, but it says iPhone 5S case on the box. I just bought this from the Apple Store. They just got them in. They're selling them in black, light brown, red, light blue, and I believe yellow. They didn't have white, of course, because white leather will get really dirty. I wasn't going to buy light blue, so I went ahead and got the black one. So it's going to be black with white, obviously with the white iPhone 5S. So the case in itself doesn't have any branding on the front because it's Apple made. So this is a Apple made case that costs $39. So it is not cheap. It's a fairly expensive case. You can see it says the case is made for. So this is a Apple made.
So you can see how the S Pen works.
Buttons in the vibrate mode. You got.
Okay, and again, going back to the settings, you can see the difference in settings. You have a ton of settings here: S Pen settings, wallpaper settings, connection settings. The HTC is a little bit more simplistic. Doesn't have all the S-Beam features, air view, air gesture, and all that good stuff. Right, you can see the weather apps. I like the HTC Weather app. I like their animations. Just looks nice. Stock HTC. Again, you got that whole little effect right there. Go home. Calendars are similar, and of course you also have Google Now on both, and S Voice. You also have My Magazine, which is kind of their version of Blink Feed, and you could set up Blink Feed by going here and clicking on topics and services and all that good stuff as well. Alright, so plenty of other features here, right? I mean, both devices have their own unique feel about both of them, and I have a decision to make about whether I'm going to keep the One or the Galaxy Note 3. So I want you guys to help me. Which one should I keep? Should I keep the One or should I keep the Galaxy Note 3? Keep in mind I can't keep both. Alright, so which one is it? The One or the Note 3? Thank you guys for watching Technability. I'm Berge. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Also check out www.technability.com. Again, we have some contests coming up, so check that out on the channel. Subscribe for your chance to win. We're going to be giving out accessories as well as eventually a few smartphones. So again, keep looking out for that. Alright, thank you guys for watching Technability. I am Berge. Have a good one.